the 1986-87 school year. My name is Sean Kelly, and was the president of Student Council. I've been asked to recall my fondest memories of our senior year. I would have to say the thing I enjoyed most about the class of 87 was the unity and support we showed in all of the senior activities. From the sporting events to the Series of 8 concerts, we were there, supporting our own, applauding their talents, and encouraging them to continue their efforts. The pep rallies, walk, exchange, Best of the West games, and the various other activities all added to a wonderful year. When I started to think about what to say on this tape, I realized that not only will we be watching this a year, 2 years down the road, also 25 years, 30 years down the road, you, along with your family, your children, your wife, will possibly be watching this tape, seeing how you were your senior year. When I thought about this, I realized that maybe I should say something that will affect the future a little longer down the line. The main thing I want to get across, when you look through this tape and you see the people you're with, the times you had, the friends you share these things with, and you get done watching the tape, go to the phone, give the guy a call. Those are the things you'll remember most. Share a special time with him. Maybe you haven't seen him in a few years, and that's the thing I want to leave with you guys.
Several times throughout the school year, the elder community joins together to celebrate our Christian beliefs. Another special religious experience during a senior's life is retreat at either Bergamo or Marydale Retreat House. only a time for meditation and reflection, but also a time for being with friends. Mr. Otten, Vice Principal.
I thought you'd be interested to know some of the impressive statistics that the class of '87 has come up with in 4 short years. They've turned in 8,482 absentee notes. As far as tardy penalties, 7,941 were written. 14 of those were written correctly. 37,213 demerits were turned in, and on a running clock, that would account for almost 2 years of detention time. And all but 3 seniors at one time or other stood in line at my office. Seriously though, your completion of 4 years here at Elder is quite an achievement, something to be really proud of. And whatever you choose to do in life, we wish you well. But also would hope for you to continue to develop that care and love for those that you come in contact with. We would hope that you would achieve the success in life that you deserve. And finally, that you have fun pursuing your life dreams. I wish you well. I thank you for the memories. It's been a good 4 years.
Mr. Ed Minkhouse.
I guess the best judge of any class is the students. The students can best judge other students, and when I was listening to the student council speeches of the juniors this year, it seemed like each one of them said how good the senior class was. And I think that's what the administration, at least I think of the senior class of 1987, they were extremely helpful, they worked together, they were cooperative, and they were just a great bunch of guys, great bunch to work with, and it was an extremely successful year. We're certainly proud of the class of 1987.
Mr. Aceto.
This year's senior class, Mrs. Rowley, you want to know about this year's? Brilliant, absolutely brilliant group of people. Perhaps the most cooperative senior class I've ever had. Do all their assignments, hand them in on time, never have their girlfriends do any of their papers for them. Always cooperative in class, grasp the material, beg for more material, love Shakespeare, incredible Shakespeare class. These guys are just educational delights. Very seldom in my long and not so illustrious career have I been around a group of seniors like these guys, thirsting for knowledge constantly. Great group, friendly group, fine people, and if 20 years from now any of you guys are watching this, I've got a bridge I want you to look at that I'm sure you're going to be interested in. I'll make you a good deal on it. Good luck, class of '87. Hang in there. Hope you're not slinging hash the rest of your lives.
Mr. Lake.
And you thought you could get away. That's not true. The first question that occurs to me as I talk to you now, however many years from 1987 this is why? Why am I doing this? But then I think, I have said to you that I think much of what we talk about in class, much of what you have been witness to, would be better experienced if you were 25, 35, 45, or maybe even older. Well, this is your chance. As some recollection, some of you may have thought that we had religion class during English time. Well, I'm proud of that, and I hope that now you remember some of that too, even if we were talking about Grendel ripping somebody's arm off, or Satan in Paradise Lost, or the Canterbury Tales with the Miller's Tale, if you recall, particularly that of Allison, sweet young Allison. You may remember that. Much of what we talked about was good and evil, trying to get your head straight as far as setting your priorities, basically just talking about the problems of life, what's right and wrong, and various things like that. I wonder how many of you remember the soliloquies from Macbeth, whether it was tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, or whether it had to do with the dagger soliloquy, or if it were done when 'tis done. At any rate, guys, I hope your life is successful. I hope you are doing something for our community. I'm expecting to be proud of you, and I hope I see you. Thanks a lot. Good luck.
Hi, I'm Mr. Beeman, the art teacher. Today is the hottest day of the year. I have 160 art pieces to grade and 200 pages of the yearbook to do, but I'd like to take this time to help out Eldervision and give you my thoughts of this year's senior class. It was a very wonderful class. My senior art guys gave me a coffee maker for Christmas, and the neat thing about being the art teacher is that I get to see guys every day. They're at Elder from their freshman year to their senior year. So these 20 Art 4 guys, we get to know each other pretty well, and we have a nice thing up here, and so I want to especially thank them for a nice year. They worked pretty hard this year. If I have any advice to the graduating class of 1987, I guess I could sum it up by saying, never eat at a place named Mom's, never play poker with a guy named Doc, and never get involved with a woman who has more problems than you. Thank you, and good luck.
Mr. Sharp.
Not only was this my first year of teaching at Elder, this was my first year of teaching. And I had quite a few memorable experiences here. Some of them were of the embarrassing variety, such as my sparkling performance in the student-faculty basketball game, where I missed 3 free throws. Some of them were of the more memorable positive variety, such times as the senior prom come to mind, the experiences of the Photon Club, the good times we had with the Physics Olympics team, and probably the most memorable of all was the Marydale retreat that we went on in April. I think if anything comes to mind as a result of all that, it was the fact that it went so well because all of the students at that retreat were honest with each other and dropped all the normal games that we play while we're here at school. And the one message that I would give to the senior class is to remember those times if you were there, and to be yourselves when you're out in the world, in college or beyond. And you will, if you're honest with yourself and each other and with God, then you will be a success at whatever you try.
Many students participated in Elder's intramural sports leagues. The BIBL, which is the basketball league, had about 500 students take part. BIVL, which is the intramural volleyball league, approximately 600 students participated. And there were about 50 students in the BIGL, which is the golf league. This background music is by Madonna, a popular female singer of 1987. team of the BIBL play the Faculty Flyers in the championship game. The Faculty Flyers were victorious. Students from the VIVL Volleyball League play the championship team from the elder men were victorious. Mr. Darnell.
Hi guys. To the class of '87, who I've worked with as student council moderator, I'd like to just say that it's been a real pleasure. When I think back to your sophomore year, some of the teachers would tell us as junior teachers that wait till you get the class of '87, they're off the wall. It made me a little bit nervous thinking about what that meant, off the wall. When I finally had you in class, I realized that I didn't think it was a negative comment at all. I thought it was a positive comment. I always found the class of '87 extremely friendly. Friendly both inside the classroom and outside the classroom, and yet they always knew when to stop. Whenever I taught, they knew that was the time to knock off the funny business. I think back last year to elections, and when the new officers are elected, you always wonder what things are going to be like. Well, Sean Kelly, Dave Street, Jeff Tuttle, and Keith Scher have done one fantastic job. But they had a tremendous amount of help from the rest of the class. They could not have done it alone. When I think of the things that stick in my mind, it's the not quite best of the West games with Seton, Mercy, Macaulay, X. What a great time that was. How well organized it was. The student exchange between the same schools. Just a really super job. The canned food drive at Christmas was the best we ever had. And no matter what project you guys undertook, you did it extremely well. I can't mention everybody by name, but certainly I do want to say something about the Spirit Committee, the new, improved Panther preview with Tim McKenna and Joe Mankhouse. They put in a tremendous amount of work on this, and it really shows. I'd like to thank Mr. Whitty for helping with the BIBL and the BIVL. A tremendous number of students participated in something that was a lot of fun for them. We're going to miss the class of '87. We're going to miss you guys tremendously. You gave us a lot by your example. You led not only positively and directly, but as I said, you led by example. And the underclasses who are still here have a lot to go on. I hope they follow your example and your lead. Good luck to each and every one of you. Please don't forget us. We'll keep you in our prayers.